All right, guys, welcome back to another video. This is Jordan with your creator series. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, so that way you get the notifications as I release this content. So, in this series, again, I'm dealing with taking your idea, musical idea, out of the spiritual realm, out of a thought, and bringing it into third dimensional reality, bringing it into where we're gonna, by the end of the series, we're gonna have taken this idea, make it into a fully mixed, mastered, polished, produced song. Now, in this video, I wasn't gonna do a video on this, but I decided that I think I should, because there might be some people that might not understand this. So we just dealt with the last video was laying down our skeleton. So I laid down a scratch piano track to basically serve as a foundational element, one part of my skeleton, which is going to be my bass, my drums, and my piano, right? And so what I'm doing here, I'm laying down a keyboard, and I want to basically have a scratch. And so basically, with that being said, when you lay that down, you're not going to lay it down perfectly. And so you might have to go back and overdub. You might have to go back and replay some things, and or you might have to go back and quantize and put some things in timing. And so I want to cover that in this video. So we have our loop. We play it to our loop. So we're gonna go back and I'm gonna show you, some things you could do so far as going back and just getting things in time. So let's get into it. Here we go. So we had our fake bass line in the beginning. We're gonna open this up to MIDI. Your grace, your mercy, right? Covering us. So you can start hearing some things coming out of time. And so what I want to do is I want to kind of tighten this up. So one thing that I like to do is I like to kind of go by sections. So what I might do is I might come in here and I'll find an area. For example, we know the chorus starts here, so I might find an area where there's nothing happening, and I'll make a split on the piano. And let's do this for this section, just for the chorus. And now what I can do is I can come in here and I can go ahead and I can quantize this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quantize this to because it's like a pushed kind of thing. I might want to do, let me see, 16th triplets. Let's see how that quantizes for the chorus. Let's see. Your grace, your favor, your grace. I like that. Cover me. It's tight. Hallelujah. Now right there is kind of all over the place. So I'm gonna have to really let's get this section. It might not be triplets there. It could just be 16th regulars. So let's see if we can tighten this part up. Yeah, so it's not perfect right there, but your grace. Okay, so now we get a little tighter. And here we could even go in and we can kind of see that. Check this out. Cover me. So, I think I want to have that right on the grid, right? I think I want to have that. Let's see. Kind of. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if we get this to line up with here. Let's see how that sounds. Let's go back. Cover me. Yeah, see that? And even if it's kind of off, right? It's kind of like late. And so what I'd like to do is kind of, you can look at the grid. You can see, okay, where's the grid? You can see it's a line here. And it could be halfway of this line. It could be added. Let's see if we bring it up. Let's see how that sounds. Okay. So that's too fast, right? So that means we're looking at the smaller grid. And so I would say it's about halfway. It's in the middle of this white line and this white line. So that's one trick you can do too. Let's kind of get an idea of where are we. Let's see. So yeah, I want to pull this here, about here. I want to pull this about here. Let's see. Here we go. So now we can start to see things. Okay, it's a little better now. So this is pretty good. So I think I'm going to do the same as I did in the previous verse. We're going to do 16 triplets and see how this sounds. Your grace and mercy. So it looks like for this, it might be too much. Let's try eighth note triplets. Let's see that. Yeah, it's better. I like that. It's a lot more natural. Sorry, I had to hit the button, the escape button. Let's go back. Yeah, that's more natural. Yeah, see that? Nice and tight. It's in time. Everything is in time. Right, in time. So this will help you cut down your time when it comes to come back and quantize. You don't have to do every single little note. So if you do it as sections, you find that proper time and parameter, it will work better for you. And so let's see. I think we have the chorus. It's a little different beat, right? So we're gonna try 16 triplets. Let's try it. So we had your favor. So it's a little off. It's late. So maybe we do need to do eighth triplets. Let's try that. That's off. Your grace cover me. And so we can kind of see that first chord was off. So maybe we can do something like a 64th. Get it more was natural. It's not exactly how I want it. Let's see. Let's try 32nd. Yeah, there we go. And cover me. Right? Hallelujah. Cover me. So we're on the second verse. And so we remember that this verse here was what? We did a 16th, we did eighth triplet. So what I want to do is I want to see, let's use those same parameters. An eighth triplet, because we saw that that worked well. So let's see, according to how I was playing, let's see. Your grace and mercy cover me. Your grace, hallelujah. Your grace and mercy cover me. Yeah, nice and time. I like that. You're great. So now we know we're in this last chorus, right? And so we can do the same thing. Let's find this section where we have a break before the bridge. And so let's see, maybe right here there's a clean break so it doesn't split any notes. I like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to find those same parameters as before. So remember we was in the chorus here. In this section, we know we had eighth triplets. So let's do the same thing. We're going to do eighth note triplet. And let's see how, you see it just moved everything. Time. Let's see how it sounds. There you go. There you go. So it's in time now. See that? Yeah. So this is something I've worked on through the years. You don't have to play like a robot when it comes to piano. You just have to know the right timing parameters. You got to know the right quantizing. You just need to know the right timing of what you need to do. And if you split things up in sections, because certain parts, whether it's a chorus, whether it's a verse, you're gonna play things differently. So let's look at this bridge. How do we come to this bridge? Okay, so we want to kind of fix this. Maybe 16 something because it's more natural. So say. So you know what? That part, I don't think we even need that. We're gonna just delete that. Just take that out. I think it would sound better without it. Okay. So let's see. Maybe we might have to do triplets too, because since this song is swinging, yeah. So let's try eighth note triplets. Let's see how that sounds. If you see, you kind of push it to the left. So yeah, see that? Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's the feel. So preserve the feel. Only by your grace. Hey, da-da-da. Right? So I want to interlude. So we got some stuff there. Now this could be where it gets tricky, right? Because now we're really getting into I would call it the more complex stuff where it's musically complex. So we're gonna see how we're gonna split this up. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. So we might let's follow the format. We've been doing eighth note triplets. It's been working. So let's see if that's the parameter I work even for this part. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Da-da-da. In time. I gotta fix that later. That's okay. I'm not worried about that because that was the wrong note I played. Yeah, there we go. Oh! Now watch. So if you saw that, I was out of time, right? Because I didn't get a chance to quantize that neither. And so what we could do is we could find the split here. Oops, I didn't mean to do it. And let's get this in the same parameter. Eighth note triplets. Let's go back. Yeah. There you go. I know we hit a bad note there. Take that note out. That little orange note you can see. Say, what is this? It's a D. We don't want that. It was supposed to be a G. Let's see. It was supposed to be it's actually supposed to be a C sharp. So we need to get that here. Let's see. I'm cool with that. It was like a harmony. So we had a G sharp there. Gonna bring that up. Boom. So there we go. And so now we go into this one of his last parts. Your fame. So this is kind of where the chords. I'm kind of building the chords. I'm doing like I guess a gospel type, one of those chordal build-ups, right? And so I call this the vamp part. And so what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're gonna find that we're gonna break it up in a section. So I'm gonna go here. We got a clean section there, and we're gonna say the same parameter. Let's see. This is pretty cool because we don't have to do all these different timings. Looks like the eighth note triplets working well. Your fame, yep. That's the feel I wanted. Yes. Yeah. Now that's a little off there. So let's go in here. We could actually probably edit that manually. take that out, and we go. It looks like this. Looks like this was late. Let's see if we pull this back. If that will help. So I think we don't need this. Let's take this out. And I think this is a little. It might be a little too early. So let's put it in the middle of here. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. And so we have this last part. You can see, you can start hearing this off timing. So let's get the same parameter. Eighth note triplets. Boom. Let's see how we got. Let's go to the end of this. That's the feel I wanted. 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 Yep. That's a feel. That's a feel. Yep. That's a feel. There you go. Then we got one more. It's in time. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's where we'll probably have the time and slow down, and there's no tempo there. And so that worked out perfectly. So if you guys see, now we have a full keyboard. We have a full piano part that is in time. I know this was a little longer video, about as long as the other video, but I wanted to go deep in depth. I wanted you to see me actually do it in real time. Because I know some people say, well, this is how you do it. But no, I want to actually see you do it so I can do it myself. So you guys can actually see how I did it, and you know exactly my approach. So when you produce, when you create your songs and write them out, or play them out, whether they're complex or simple, most times you're gonna have a feel of how you want the music to feel, and a lot of the feeling has to do with not only the velocities and the hardness and dynamics of how you play, but it's also got to do with the tempo and the approach. Are you playing behind the beat? Are you playing ahead of the beat? Are you playing right on the beat? Right? That's also part of the feel, and so you can still preserve the feel. But it's all about understanding how to quantize. It's all about understanding, finding what's the parameter. Is this an eighth note? Is this a quarter note? Is this a 16th note? Or these triplets? Is this thing a swing? There's even settings in there where I can do for setting if it's the quantize is like swinging. If you're quantizing it where you're playing almost like ahead of the beat. And so you just have to find the right parameter, and then do it in sections, because you might not have the same parameter for the whole song. Find the sections. Say, okay, this is eighth notes quantizing. This is etc. quantizing. And so that will help you a lot. And the last thing what I'm going to do is I will select all of these. And if you look, actually I'm good, because if you look, I have my strength. So I don't want it 100% because I don't want to sound robotic. I want it to sound natural. So what I would like to do is I'm going to do like 96%. And so for all of these, what I would do is I would pull this back to 96%. And so now when this plays, it just sound natural. I want it to sound like I actually played it. Not like it was produced, not like it was a robotic or a machine. I don't want it to sound robotic. I want it to sound like it was natural, organic. Okay, guys, so that is my video on quantizing your skeleton piano. I will see you on the next one. Peace.